Kyoto is one of the rare cities in the world where history does not exist only in books, but lives on. Its story spans more than 1,000 years, from its founding to the present day, unfolding as a quiet yet enduring journey through time. Kyoto was founded in the year 794 under the name Heian-kyō, when Emperor Kanmu decided to move the capital from Nara to this new location. The relocation was not merely political. It also aimed to distance the imperial court from the overwhelming influence of Buddhist institutions in Nara. Heian-kyō was carefully planned in a grid pattern inspired by the Tang dynasty capital of Chang'an in China, reflecting a vision of order, stability, and longevity. From that moment, Kyoto became the heart of Japan's political and cultural life. The Heian period, 794–1185, marked Kyoto's first golden age. During this era, Japanese culture gradually freed itself from strong Chinese influence and began to form its own distinct identity. Literature, poetry, calligraphy, and the visual arts flourished among the aristocracy. Classic works such as the Tale of Genji were created in this refined atmosphere, portraying a world of elegance, subtle emotions, and quiet beauty. Beneath this graceful surface, however, imperial power slowly weakened as the warrior class began to rise. With the arrival of the Kamakura and Muromachi periods, 12th–16th centuries, real political authority shifted to military governments led by the samurai. Although Kyoto no longer held absolute political power, it remained the spiritual and cultural center of Japan. Zen Buddhism spread widely during this time, deeply influencing architecture, painting, garden design, and ways of living. The tea ceremony, flower arrangement, and the aesthetic philosophy of wabi-sabi. The 15th and 16th centuries were times of great turmoil. Continuous conflicts, especially the Onin War, devastated much of Kyoto. Entire districts were burned, populations displaced, and the city fell into decline. Yet from these ashes, Kyoto found renewal. Feudal lords and merchants contributed to rebuilding temples, neighborhoods, and cultural institutions. The city gradually re-emerged, carrying forward its traditions while adapting to new realities. During the Edo period, 1603–1868, although political power was centered in Edo, modern-day Tokyo, Kyoto remained the residence of the emperor and the symbolic heart of the nation. Imperial rituals, classical arts, and religious traditions were carefully preserved here. Kyoto became, in essence, Japan's living memory, a city that no longer ruled, but quietly safeguarded the country's soul. In 1868, the Meiji Restoration brought a major turning point. The emperor moved from Kyoto to Tokyo, ending more than 1,000 years of Kyoto's status as the capital. Faced with the risk of decline, the city chose a different path. Kyoto embraced modernization while actively preserving its heritage. Universities were established, traditional crafts were sustained, and light industries developed alongside cultural conservation. During World War II, Kyoto was spared from large-scale destruction, making it one of the few major Japanese cities whose historical core remained largely intact. As a result, countless temples, shrines, and traditional streets survived the war. This rare continuity allowed Kyoto to enter the post-war era with a unique advantage, a modern city built upon an unbroken historical foundation. To walk through Kyoto is not simply to visit a destination. It is to step into a living chapter of Japanese history, one that has been breathing quietly, slowly, and deeply for over 1,000 years.